So Joshua Kusnick, you are a former MLB certified agent. That's correct, right? You,
Yep.
you were an agent for 20 years? If I
Yep.
recall. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So, after you finished working in the MLB, when did you start working for Perfect Game Incorporated? Exactly.
Never. I never worked for Perfect Game. I was supposed to work for Perfect Game. I just did some work with Rick Thurman and Dennis Gilbert and Rob Ponger and the guys that own Perfect Game.
Okay, so the owners and partner Dennis.
I guess I can't speak to all that. Like Gilbert is the guy I did work for who did work with the owners of Perfect Game.
Okay. So, what exactly was your role, or I guess
No idea, man. No idea.
yeah. Okay, so you never had an official role or title with Perfect Game ever.
I just helped Rick and Dennis with signatures.
You never worked for Perfect Game Incorporated, yet
No,
you.
I tried to get a job there for a long period of time after working with Thurman and Gilbert and those guys. And I had an agreement with those guys, and it was going to ultimately lead to the creation of a new company that I would be running for Perfect Game under their umbrella. So that was it.
Okay, so you, Thurman, and the rest of them
Mm-hmm.
had an idea. It never came to fruition under your thought and under your watch. It's correct. The NFT that's being sold and
Yeah,
marketed.
I had nothing to do with their NFT project, even though I was supposed to be running the NFT company.
So that is the intellectual property that you think they stole or say that they stole.
I will be saying that, yes. I am saying that, and I'm getting ready to figure out my legal. I'll be suing them soon, or if I can't come to an understanding with them.
All
That's
right,
where I'm at with it.
great. That's what I was going to ask: is if you had any plans for legal action. So we do know
Yeah,
that you're
I'm exploring those options to figure out what's best for me at this point. But I'm not going to do nothing.
okay. But you did attend some event. You was the 2023 PG West National Championship
In
in
Arizona, yeah.
Arizona, and you said you have a video of yourself and Jeff McDowell were
Mm-hmm.
watching minors without family signing cards that funded, and you had printed for a Perfect Game.
Yeah, Jeff McDowell hired, well, actually, Rick Thurman hired me to go make the set, and then he put me in touch with Jeff McDowell, and Jeff McDowell oversaw and approved every step of that entire project, including providing the photos to us and finalizing the checklist, which included a card of Rick Thurman and Dennis Gilbert, the two owners, and a card of me with Anthony Volpe. And on the back of every trading card is my signature that's listed as an official Perfect Game representative on the ownership test set, even though I never officially worked there. So that's fun.
So after that signing in Arizona is when you decided to distance yourself entirely from Perfect Game.
I mean, I didn't initially want to. It was not a great trip, and I realized they were stealing from me, and a lot of other things were happening there, and I just had to get away from it.
If you can delve in deeper.
No, I can't. No, I can't.
Okay.
It was just a lot of stuff that happened there that made me not want to work with these people.
So basically, you can say that your moral compass kind of just led you away from them.
It was a very easy decision for me to make. I just wanted to make baseball cards, and they have some other plans.
Okay, so is there anything that you want to get out? Any stories that you haven't said that you want to say?
No, I'm good. I'm good. If there's anything you want to ask me, I'd be happy to answer it.
Yeah, definitely. Where do you have any of those test sets in your session? So you do. You do? All right. Is it a full?
I imagine they're going to be super valuable one day, given the lawsuit that's coming, and that these will probably never get released.
I'm sure that won't be. I'm pretty sure.
It's
Um,
mostly the 2024 class. There's a card of Ethan Salas. There's a card of Max Clark. There's an autographed card of Max Clark. There's mostly 2024 class kids. And then Perfect Game decided to get 20,000 stickers signed that they kept in house, and they didn't pay any of the kids for those. They just got them.
so Perfect Game has 20,000 stickers signed by these
Uh huh.
2024, and they're just sitting there somewhere in a warehouse.
Uh huh.
So these kids never saw a dime, signed over 20,000 items under certain people's supervision, including yourself.
Uh huh.
Jeff
I didn't do
McDowell.
the I didn't do the stickers. I was all Jeff McDowell, 100%. I told him how to make the stickers. He ordered them and then got them. And then I was told we weren't going to be getting them signed on that trip. And then by the time the trip was over, he got them signed without me. 20,000 of them. It was pretty cool, actually, but still sucks.
No, yeah, I would think that would suck sitting there signing 20,000 stickers and not getting paid
That's the
whatsoever.
kid.
I would, but we're trying to avoid to not talk to any of these kids, obviously.
You can go ask him. You just have to defend on the kid.
Okay, well then if I can, then I might try and talk to one of these kids.
Should probably
Let's see
reach
how
out to
they
their
feel.
parents if they're not 18. But yeah, I'm sure some of the parents would have no problem talking to you.
Of course. Um, is there anything illegal that you saw Jeff McDowell do during any of these sessions or at these events?
I have no idea. I'm not a cop.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know.
Okay,
I have no idea. I was uncomfortable with that whole trip.
understood. Got it. So as
Well,
far
if you're asking me, did I see him do anything to kids? Absolutely not. No, he did not do anything. Nobody did anything to kids. It wasn't like that. I'm just saying I was uncomfortable watching kids being forced to sign autographs, trapped in a room for no money, unsupervised. Like that was crazy to me because just the appearance of something bad happening could have happened, which is why I filmed one of the signings before they decided, hey, let's not leave ourselves alone in a room. But yeah, like it wasn't anything like that. There's no Penn State bullshit. Like not even
no,
nothing like that. But just mostly the financial aspects of how uncomfortable I was of what Perfect Game's decision making is right now.
yeah, I got that. No, so no Penn State stuff. That was obviously not what they're going for. They're going for the
No, and I just don't want
financial
them to make.
gain.
I don't even want that to be a little unclear.
All right, so that's totally clarified. It's out of the way. This is
Yeah.
entirely just a cash grab from these kids. They're
Yeah.
signing
Uh-huh.
liability waivers.
As far as I know, and as far as what I saw for 2 years, just financial.
Okay, and
As far as respect to the children, I have other issues with ownership that cross over many different things.
are you comfortable speaking about any of those things that cross over?
Sure.
Is
Like
there,
what?
what is the first thing that comes to mind? I guess you could say is besides the kids and how they treated them and how they're treating them currently, still going into 2024. What are your major issues that you have with Perfect Game Incorporated?
They took my stuff. I mean, that was pretty much the major one. And then obviously just how I was treated by Thurman and Gilbert, specifically personally. Ponger and McDowell were just kind of useful idiots. Like they didn't do anything specifically out of the ordinary. I mean, they were just normal, scamming me. Like it just felt like, okay, they're lying to me. But Gilbert and Thurman were particularly nefarious. So I have a lot of issues with those two personally. The way they acted and treated me, it just was. I don't think anybody should be subjected to dealing with that in business ever, especially Rick and especially Dennis. It's just it's some of the most egregious behavior I've ever seen in my life, especially at that level. To think that Rick Thurman and his decision making, from my perspective, is responsible for all those children's futures. It's a scary proposition for me. That's a scary thing. And if I was a parent, I'd want to know who was in charge of that kind of stuff. This is a guy that is best friends with Scott Erickson, who is, I believe, under investigation or a trial for a vehicular case, like a really bad car accident. And this guy's known Rick for years, and he doesn't have a happy landing spot, and all of a sudden he's giving speeches at Perfect Game. Like, this guy's under investigation for some very serious things, and Rick's decision making is like, let's bring this guy around kids. Like, holy Lord, like, it's not criminal, but like, that's not great.
Yeah, no, of course, it's not criminal to have someone in as a
And then
native
you
speaker.
wonder, and then you start to wonder, like, what do these guys know about each other? Like, what is their relationship like that this guy thought it was okay to bring him around kids? Like, because I wouldn't have made that choice, but you know what? Maybe it's nothing. Who knows? I'm speculating, but it'd be interesting to hear from them what they have to say about it.
Yeah, and just to clarify, Rick Thurman is also a former MLB agent, and
Uh-huh.
he,
He's the founder of Beverly Hills Sports Council.
yeah, I saw that. So he obviously knows, without a doubt, what he is doing with these kids as
Oh
far as
yeah.
taking their NIL rights.
Uh-huh.
Their name,
It's all
image.
part of their plan. It's all part of their plan. I helped them craft it.
All right. So I know that they gained majority ownership in 2022. Is that about
Well,
the
that's when it
time?
was announced, but well, yeah, that's when the majority came in. But apparently they've had ownership for 4 or 5 years.
Oh, okay. Is there any way that you know that, like, specifically they've told you they've been running this for 4 or 5 years, or?
Yeah, they told me.
Okay, got it. Um, and as far as obviously what was done to you, you mean as in business practices, how they treated you, what they paid or didn't pay you? I mean,
Uh-huh.
obviously they saw your IP, and this is why you're going after them, probably. I'm assuming.
Uh-huh.
I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but stealing a project that you planned on working with him from the start, creating something, is now fully under their control.
I mean, I got nothing to do with anything they're doing.
That's my point. So you were left in the dust by Rick
Oh, I
Thurman.
left. I left when
Under
I realized they were stealing from me.
Okay. So when do we plan on seeing this legal action that you
No
plan on
idea.
doing? No idea.
No clue. It's not up to me. It's
Got
not
it.
up to me. I'm just working on it as best I can right now.
Okay. So, but you do hope to maybe settle this out of court, obviously.
I don't really care.
Have you had any of these minors that signed this waiver come to you and complain or say
No,
anything? No?
I mean they were griping to me during the signing, but nothing really.
Okay. So just obviously, hand cramp or maybe complaining about sitting there for hours on end. Right.
No, nothing like that. They're used to it.
you,
That's why I'm not blackmailing anybody, man. I'm not trying to like tell them, you better pay me so I shut up. Like, they stole from me. I'm gonna tell the truth regardless. So, like, one has nothing to do with the other. I'm gonna just tell the truth and keep telling the truth, and the rest will work itself out one way or the other. I don't really care how, but I know what I know, and I know what I can prove, and I'm not really that worried about it.
yeah. Well, I do hope you the best, obviously, in the future and with any legal action that goes forward with Perfect Game Inc. And I hope, obviously, that they stop the business practices that they're doing now in stealing kids' now rights.
Allegedly. I mean, they're not. I would be careful to note that, according
Okay.
to their perspective, they have the rights to do all this. I'm saying that they probably don't. They think they do, but we'll see what happens. Some kid's gonna get angry one day and sue them, I bet.
Of course, yes. I mean, looking over the liability waiver, it's a very, very, very steep cliff that they're on.
Like what?
What was it?
I said, like what? Feel free to explain it. I love hearing about this because I know the liability waiver.
Well, I mean, slipping in a media release within the liability waiver is sketchy,
Right?
at the least, to say. I mean,
Crazy, right?
if they didn't have, I've been talking to some NIL lawyers lately, so I know that if they didn't have the media release separate, it would absolutely 100% be illegal. But having that media release within the liability waiver is the only thing that is keeping this being taken to court. 100%.
Somebody's going to still challenge it one day, I imagine.
No, I totally agree with you, and I absolutely hope that someone, brings us to light and takes them to court, and or at least challenges it, like you said. Legality is very, very sketchy of what they're doing. You know this, I know this, and I hope that everybody that hears this will know this as well, because
I think
there's a lot of
they're a
people.
good idea.
There are a lot of people that don't know, and if they are, they're just turning them the other way.
I think eventually it'll sort itself, just like the NCAA, but it's going to take some time.
Yeah, hopefully not as long as it did with the NCAA. But
I bet it will.
is there a certain reason why you believe it will take that long?
It hasn't even started yet. Why would it go fast?
That's fair to say, I guess. Yeah. So I guess we just have to get this out on the air and hope someone
And you need some
challenges it
players. And you need some players to be angry.
and get some players to be angry. Yes.
Anthony Volpe signed stickers when he was in high school for them under the contract for Leaf. And then when he made his major league debut, they used those stickers to release cards that he did not get paid for. Fun times.
I did not know that. That is something that obviously I know.
That's everybody, man.
I know you and Volpe have a little bit more of a closer relationship than most people do.
Nice kid.
That's what I've heard, and I know obviously PG used you and him as their kind of closer child.
We're in the set. We're in the test set together.
Yeah, I saw that, and you signed it, and you didn't get paid for that signature.
Nope, neither did he.
All right. Well, I mean, if there's anything else that you want to say or let anybody know,
No, I think that covered it.
yeah, that's it. All right. Well, again, I mean, best of luck. Good night. I think finish up here.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the show.
Good.